Hey everyone, and welcome to my LP of Star Fox 64. Stacked Crooked here, and this is a game that I've wanted to do for the longest time. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and one that I'm pretty good at. And since I finally found the time to make an LP of it, I decided to just go ahead and get into it. So basically, Star Fox 64 is a really cool, it's a flight simulator type game. I will be showing the easy, medium, and hard paths throughout the game. Also, I'll be showing tips and tricks and secrets throughout each level. Now, this LP will feature post-commentary in some areas, like in points where I want to show off how to do tricks and things like that. But most will be live commentary, like it is now, me playing the game. I may, after this is done, do an expert run just to show you how that is. But for now, let's just go normal, main game. I guess I'll let you enjoy the backstory.
Fourth planet of the Lylat system. The evil Andross turned this once thriving system into a wasteland of near extinction. General Pepper of the Cornerian army was successful in exiling this maniacal scientist to the barren, deserted planet Venom. 5 years later, General Pepper noticed strange activity coming from Venom. James McCloud, Pigma Dengar, and Peppy Hare of the Star Fox team were sent to investigate. Upon their arrival, Pigma betrayed the team, and James and Peppy were captured by Andross. Peppy barely escaped Venom and returned home to tell James' son, Fox, about his father's fate. A few years have passed. Andross has again invaded the Lylat system. General Pepper has turned to a new Star Fox team, headed by Fox McCloud, to save Corneria and free the Lylat system once again.
Alright, so there you go. Here is the Lylat system. Basically, all these planets are ones that you can go to. Every run starts off at Corneria, this one that the arrow was pointing to. And there are two possible paths to go after the first level. You see Sector Y on the left, which is green, and the asteroid field on the right. And every level you progress forward until eventually you end up in Venom. An old menacing looking giant gas plant. It looks pretty sickly too, but anyway, let's just get right to it. Huge explosion starts off each mission for some reason.
It's about time you showed up, Fox. You're the only hope for our world.
I'll do my best. Andross won't have his way with
Yep,
me.
there's no army a ragtag group of 4, animals can't handle. So yeah, Star Fox is this mercenary unit. Basically, they're just paid for their services. I'll show these guys. Cutscene here. I guess how the relationship plays out. Fox is obviously the leader. Falco is an ace pilot too, but he's kind of a jerk, but whatever. We'll let Falco be Falco. Slippy is just a pain in the ass. There's Falco. And Peppy's like, this is like the old mentor. This game actually has surprisingly good graphics. Obviously they're nothing compared to today's graphics, but they look fine to me. They're pretty cool. When this game first came out, it was heralded for its voice acting and graphics. It's just an altogether awesome game. Alright, so go ahead and take these ships down. This opening sequence isn't too bad. It's actually pretty easy. Wasn't able to get that guy. Yeah, but yeah, you'll find you have to take care of Slippy a lot. Ah, he got shot already. Yeah, he's like the annoying younger brother of the team. He can't really do much for himself. Actually, later on in the game, he actually can get captured, which is even more annoying, and also like changes the storyline, so you have to go save him. So in the game, you can also see a health meter at the top left, and below that is your hit counter. You get that for every unit that you destroy. Also, there's a trick called using charge unlocked shots, which will give you plus shots. Or see that like giant green ball? When you shoot that and it takes out other enemies with the splash damage, it'll give you plus hits, which is pretty nice. Oops. Kinda messed up there, but no problem. Now, there are a lot of secret areas where you can trigger new spawns of enemies, which are good because the more enemies, the more units you can hit, thus getting you the maximum score. And I kind of accidentally pressed the B button and let go of the smart bomb, but no problem. Like I said, I'll eventually break these down and show you where you can go to get enemies, or more enemies spawn. And here you have to save Falco, otherwise if you don't save him, he will instantly be downed, and then it permanently locks your ability to go to the next, or the other optional area. That's a trick I love pulling off too. It lets you get both of the items, instead of just the one choice you have to make. Oops. Missed that one too. Not a flawless round, but I didn't expect it to be. And there's the secret here. You can do a somersault there to get an extra smart bomb. Smart bombs are super useful because they do the most damage. They're the most damage of any attack you could possibly do. And they have a huge area of effect. Now I skipped one of the stone arches because I don't want to go to the optional route yet. Because right now I'm going to start off on the easy path. Clear out these trees because Fox isn't concerned about the environment. Yeah, but yeah, screw you trees. I have lasers. All range mode is basically, it's not linear, you can just fly around however you want. This boss is a joke. This guy is nothing. There we go, he's dead. He is one of the most pathetic bosses ever. I remember playing through this game, I think one of the first times I played through it, I guess he gave me a bit of trouble, before I realized you could just hit his legs and make him fall over and then he's completely vulnerable. And there you go, mission 1. Some mistakes here and there, but nothing too big. At the end of every level, the characters will each say things. Slippy usually says something that's dumb and just bubbly. He's trying to be, I guess, a funny character. Falco always says things that are kind of a jerk move, and Peppy always just encourages you to keep going. Says insightful, inspirational things, because that's how he is. And then obviously you get your hit counter at the end. And based on the amount of hits you get, it actually replenishes your wingmate's health. So that's good. If you get over the certain threshold of hits you need to for each level, you get a medal. When your hit counter turns red, you know you went over the threshold. And you know, that's the first level, but now, I'm going to go into it and break it down. Alright guys, now I'm going to break down what a charged unlock shot is. Now, to perform a charged unlock shot, hold down the A button to charge your shot, and then hold down the Z and R buttons to stop the shot from locking on automatically. Charge unlock shots are useful for getting you extra hits, but they are challenging because you have to free aim, but it is worth the effort because you get extra hits, like you see here, for every ship that you down in the residual splash damage. I'll use a charge unlock shot to take out this group of enemies. Note how it doesn't lock onto them when I pan over them with a cursor. Now I'm going to go over the areas that you can travel through to spawn more enemies. Obviously more enemies gets you more hits. Fly between those two buildings to spawn 3 of the flapping type enemies. You see them where they are. And now here I'll just use charge unlock shots to get more hits. The next secret spawn area is coming up. There, if you fly under that underpass, it will spawn 4 more of the same enemies as before. 2 to the left and 2 to the right of that tower. I usually use a bomb there to take them all out. Now, there are these underpass type structures. If you pass underneath the one right here, it'll spawn a bomb right in front of the checkpoint. And down this road, there's another identical structure. If you pass underneath it, it will spawn 4 of the saucer type enemies. Now, if you'll note the structure here that I'm coming up upon, it's one that's identical to the one earlier on in the level. Pass through it and you'll spawn 4 more of the enemies with the wings that they flap. There you are. And I'm just taking out the enemies that are chasing Falco, because obviously we don't want him to be downed. Alright guys, now that we've saved Falco, I can show you how to pull off this cool trick here. You're going to need to do a somersault in order to pull this off, and a somersault is achieved by holding down on the analog stick and pressing the left C button. On the ascent of the somersault, you're going to need to hold the analog stick to the left while pressing the Z button, and on the descent, you're going to have to switch the analog stick to the right while holding the R button. Now this trick is cool to perform, it's flashy, and also it could serve useful if you want to get the bomb and the lasers, if you don't have the lasers. Alright guys, that's the end of the episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know I haven't uploaded anything in a couple of days. That's because I was working really hard on putting a lot of production value into this episode. And hey, 200th episode, so there's another milestone. One thing I'd really appreciate is feedback to see if you guys would like me giving you an in-depth look at the rest of the levels like I did with Corneria. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. This is Stacked Crooked, signing off.